This week, save on.
What's that?
That's your deadbolt with a special cylinder.
How's it work?
The usual. But with your old lock, they could pick it or just snap it open with a piece of celluloid. This one's harder to pick. It's almost impossible. The tumbler won't budge unless you use the key.
Good.
You got trouble in this building?
Why?
Well, people usually get in locks after they've had trouble. I could tell you some stories that curl your hair.
Don't, all right?
Oh, and by the way, use the peephole. It's the best advice you'll ever get.
I'll remember that.
Yeah. Your locks aren't going to do you any good after the door's open.
Who is it? Who's there?
Use the peephole.
Hillary. Oh, it's Hillary. It's a friend. Can you open the door so I'm in?
Sure.
Hold on a minute. It'll be just a short delay. Sorry, she used to live here. Hi. Come on in. Hi. What's going on? I had some new locks put in. Like them? We'll leave you alone to finish up, okay? In the kitchen. Oh. What are you doing here?
Oh, I thought I'd come by and get some more of my stuff.
There's
a spring lobsters out there.
Yeah, well, I was a little nervous.
Oh, nothing. Nervous, huh?
Yeah, well, you know, with the robberies and those other things that have been happening. You know, I just thought it might be better, everything, now that I'm living alone.
Are you really that nervous?
No, me nervous? No, of course not. No, I have a peephole and a deadbolt lock. Why should I be nervous?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm finished out here. You want to walk up after me?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. You did a good job.
Maybe I shouldn't leave you here alone after all.
No, look, you're doing the best thing. You really are. You certainly shouldn't be living across the hall from Roger right now. Roger.
I'll be at the office all day if you want me.
I don't think I will.
Our humble home seems to have turned into an armed camp.
And you know why, Alan?
No, I'm not sure that I do.
Alan, please reconsider.
No, I will not reconsider, and I don't want to talk about it. Goodbye.
Alan.
Doesn't care what it'll do to Philip. All he wants to do is hurt Elizabeth. That's all he can think about. How much it'll hurt her to know Philip isn't her son. If I told Alan that I'm Philip's real mother, would it make any difference? Would it stop him?
Got to stop him somehow. Somehow.
Mike, I'm worried about what this is doing to Holly.
I understand how you feel. We're all concerned.
Now, what do you think her chances are of winning this case?
I don't know. It's hard to say.
Well, I'm not asking you to go out on a limb. I just want your opinion.
Well, rape is hard to prove. And it's a new law. I don't know if we can get a jury to convict a man of raping his wife or not. But we do have a case of assault. And Holly would be a great witness to that. Now, the alternative is to drop the case altogether. And nobody wants that.
No, but I don't want Holly going through all this for nothing. I mean, if the jury is not going to believe her, and if he's not going to be convicted, she's going through hell for nothing.
Well, I'll be helping the DA, and we're going to do everything we can.
think the press is ever going to start leaving her alone?
Not until the trial's over. But she seems to be holding up pretty well.
Mike, I just wish that there was something more I could do to help her.
And now, the guiding light.
That's what my grandmother used to tell me when I was a kid, that nobody ever used to have to lock their doors. Nobody. It wasn't even in a little teeny tiny town. That was a big city. So look at me. I've got 3 locks and a peephole.
Katie, maybe you ought to find somebody else to share the apartment with you.
Oh, no. No, I tried that. They always seem to move out.
What started all this stuff anyway? I mean, is it me moving out or Roger or what?
Well, you know, when you said all that stuff that happened with Roger kind of made you question everything?
Oh, yeah, but I mean, I was different. For me, I was close to him.
Yeah, well, I know it's not just Roger. It's probably the state of the world.
Since when have you started worrying about that?
Well, I came to some very belated conclusions that there's a lot of crazy people out there. I should have put those locks on that door a long time ago. You know what I might do?
What?
I might take up karate. Hacha! Maybe judo. Which one do you think's better?
I don't know.
I'd really love to be able to defend myself. Any kind of situation. Wouldn't it be great to be able to throw some guy across the room? Huh?
Katie.
I might be able to toss my brother out a window. A very high window, about 10 stories. Wonder what my grandmother would say if I came in with a black belt in karate.
Oh, I'm sure she'd be very proud. Guess I have all my stuff.
Well, let me help you out. I need practice on these locks anyway. What'd I do?
I think you left the old one.
Oh, brilliant.
Well, I guess I ought to be going.
You call me?
Yeah.
I want to know everything you do, okay? Come on. Take care of yourself, all right?
Okay. Yeah. Hey, thanks a lot for that.
Now, look, I don't have much time, Chester.
Hey, I thought you'd be interested to know I got a letter from Laney.
Really? When?
Yesterday. She's thinking about staying up in Boston this summer. She wants to do a lot more training.
That girl is becoming very single-minded.
Well, there's some important meets coming up, and her coach thinks that she can do very well.
Well, you ought to say that. The times this spring were super. Anything else? Is school okay?
Yeah, the only negative note was that, well, she's a little concerned as to what kind of physical shape her 2 older brothers are in. She thinks we should be running at least a few miles a day.
Oh, swell. We'll start tomorrow, huh? How's her boyfriend?
He's trying to get her to walk every once in a while, you know, lead a more normal life.
Oh, hey, Justin. Hi, mind if I join you?
No, not at all. Peter Chapman, this is my brother, Ross Mahler.
Oh,
Peter
well,
Chapman.
hi. Nice to meet you.
Same here.
Peter Chapman, you know, matter of fact, I was going to look you up today.
Yeah? Well, why's that?
I understand you're a friend of Holly Thorpe.
Yes, that's right.
Well, I'm Roger Thorpe's attorney. I suppose you know that she's brought some rather unusual charges against him.
Yeah, well, I guess there isn't anybody who hasn't heard about that or read about it.
I wonder if you'd mind talking to me about her.
What about?
Do you have some time later?
Well, frankly, I don't think I could say anything that you might want to hear. My sympathies are with Holly.
I'm just interested in finding out the truth. I assume you have no objections to that.
Well, no, but I don't think I could tell you anything that's going to help Roger.
that's what you're after. Listen, I know this is a very sensitive case. Strong feelings on all sides. Now, I'm not asking you to side with Roger Thorpe. All I'm after is some background. Your view of Mrs. Thorpe. The kind of person she is. The kind of life she's led. And if it turns out to be favorable to her, so be it. All right. You have the time now?
No, I could meet you here later this afternoon.
5 o'clock?
All right, 5 o'clock.
Right here?
That's fine.
Good.
Yeah, well, I guess maybe I ought to be getting back to it. See you later, Peter.
Yes, all right.
Well, Dr. Chapman's already decided who's guilty. What's wrong?
I don't like the way you're going about this.
What are you talking about?
He's Holly's friend. Why are you trying to involve him?
You don't think I should be defending Thorpe, that's all.
Now, you don't understand anything about this town, do you?
I don't have to. I understand how to fight this case in a courtroom.
Holly is a Bauer. She's Ed Bauer's ex-wife. Now, the Bauers happen to be one of the most respected families in Springfield. Holly's also very well thought of here, and Peter is a friend of the family.
Well, fine. The fact that she's well-respected makes it tougher for me, but not impossible.
You're not up against some run-of-the-mill lawyer. I mean, Mike Bauer is advising Holly. Now, he's done some work for me, Ross, and I can tell you the guy is first-rate.
No, I know he's first-rate. And, as usual, you're very reassuring.
Look, I don't like to see you taking on a case like this. It's not going to get you a good reputation in this town.
It's exactly the kind of case to handle. Now, it's an important case. It's going to get a lot of publicity. And the fact that Mrs. Thorpe is well-connected and well-respected means it's going to get even more publicity.
Well, there's just one hole in that, Ross. You're going to lose.
You know, you're just like Chapman. You've already decided that Thorpe is guilty. Have you ever considered that he might be innocent? That he may not have done anything like what his wife's accused him of?
You don't believe that.
Oh, no? And why shouldn't I? I've talked to him, Justin. You haven't.
You know, you've always had a knack for believing what you want to believe. For believing whatever's convenient.
I should know by now that you'll never see eye to eye with me on anything.
Ross, you're my brother. I'm just trying to warn you.
I'm the lawyer, not you. You know, you'd be surprised at what I can do with a case like this. Yeah, you're going to be pretty damn surprised.
Peggy? Bert, hi. Oh, may I join you?
Oh, sure, please do.
Good. Thank you.
Well, how are you, dear?
Bert, I'm just sick about everything that's happened with Roger. Billy read the newspapers this morning, and he knows what Holly's accused Roger of, and he doesn't understand any of it.
Oh, Peggy, I'm so sorry.
He still looks up to Roger, you see. He remembers all the times when the three of us were together.
Yeah, of course he does.
And Roger has been good to him. I want Billy to look up to him and to admire him. Roger is still his father legally, and it's extremely important to him. Bert, I just don't understand why Holly is doing any of this.
Well, she felt she had to, Peggy.
Bert, I can't believe any of it. I know Roger. I lived with him. He wouldn't do that. He just wouldn't.
Now, Peggy, I know this is very hard on you, darling. But Holly came to my house after it happened, right from the hospital. She's been raped and beaten. And she was frightened. She was terribly frightened for herself and for Christina. She stayed with me that night, Peggy. I saw how she was. If it is true, why, Bert? Why? I don't know why. I don't think we'll ever know why. I do know that they were having some serious problems. Roger and I had serious problems, too. But he still wouldn't do what he did. He wouldn't be capable of it. Peggy, people change. Bert, he came to see Billy 2 weeks ago. He was the same. He was nice. He was concerned. He was. I just don't know how I'm going to explain this to Billy. I just don't know. Darling, I don't know. Look, however hurt Billy is by all of this, remember, darling, he has you. And that's going to help him so much.
Put her through, Diane. Hello?
Alan, I want us to talk.
I thought you were too angry to talk.
Should I come over? This is very important.
No, I'm afraid not. I have business appointments all day.
You're not going to try to contact Elizabeth, are you, in Florida?
Why are you making such a fuss about this?
Alan, if Philip calls, promise me that you won't tell him or Elizabeth until we talk.
It's not very likely that
Promise
they'll call.
me.
Look, this is no concern of yours. It's something between Elizabeth and me.
No, it involves Philip. There's nothing to be gained by hurting Philip.
We've already discussed this.
When can I see you, Alan?
When I get home.
When?
I don't know.
This is important. There are things you don't know.
Jackie, I'll see you when I get home. I have a meeting now. Goodbye.
Alan?
Why doesn't he care about what Philip thinks? Got to stop, Alan. I've got to, somehow. Oh, here he is.
Dr. Bauer? Yes? You have any comments about the charges filed by your ex-wife against Roger Thorpe?
I have no comment.
Have you seen her since her husband was arrested?
Yes, I've seen her, but I have nothing to say.
Well,
Do you think Thorpe's guilty? My opinion doesn't matter. Anything about this case is going to be brought out in court.
Is it true that your ex-wife knew Thorpe when she was still married to you?
Look, I don't want to answer any more questions.
Look, Dr. Thorpe, we know that, Dr. Bauer, we know that Thorpe had an affair with your wife, Rita, some time ago. Came out of the Granger trial. And do you know what her feelings about Thorpe are right now? Does she think he's guilty?
Look, I have nothing more to say. Anything relevant to this case is going to be brought out in court.
Hey, there's Holly Thorpe. Mrs. Thorpe, are you going to keep your job here in the hospital?
Do you have any comment about the charge, the plea filed by your husband?
Well, where are you living now?
have you seen your husband?
How about your daughter? Does she know about this here?
All right, no more questions. Come on, get out of here.
Look, Mrs. Thorpe, our readers want to know your side of the story. If you'd care to call me at
Look,
that
leave
number.
her alone, you understand? Look, will you clear this area of reporters, please?
Yes, Dr. Bauer. I'll call security.
Good, thanks.
Can't believe this.
It's okay now.
I never thought it would be like this. I never thought they'd come down on you. I guess I heard what they were saying to you.
Oh, don't worry about me.
What do they want from me? They asked me about Christina. What do they expect you to say?
How is she, by the way?
Oh, thank God she's too young to read the papers. She's fine. We moved into Mom's house. I can't stay in the cottage. I'm so afraid of Roger.
Look, he knows he's in a lot of trouble right now, and I'm sure he's not going to do anything to make things worse.
Oh, but he's handling it all so well. He's so smooth. He's so convincing when he talks to the press. And me, I'm the most nervous wreck.
Well, Holly, of course you're upset. Anyone would be.
I feel like I'm in hiding. I feel like I have done something wrong. I'm afraid to answer the phone. I'm afraid to go to the door. I don't know how long I can keep this up. I mean, you see them out there. They're at the house, too. I step outside the door. There are reporters behind the trees.
Maybe for the time being, you should not come to work for a while.
Oh, no. I have to. I need to. I have to work. I just wish they wouldn't leave me alone.
Holly, you knew it was going to be like this, didn't you?
No, I never thought it would be like this. Not just for me, for my mother, for Christina, for you.
I told you, don't worry about me.
There is something you should know. When things were going badly between us, Roger accused me of caring for you. He said that I loved you, and that's why everything went wrong. And that'll come up in the trial, so...
Look, Holly, I don't think either one of us should be frightened by anything that Roger is going to do. And he ruined the marriage, not you. Why don't you let me take you home? I'm sure Steve will understand.
No, I don't want to go home. I'll stay here. Thank you, though.
Shall I walk you upstairs, huh? You ready?
Okay, I guess so.
Mrs. Thorpe?
Look, don't you think you've asked her enough questions for one day?
Mrs. Thorpe, I have heard that your daughter is not Dr. Bowers, that even though you were married to him at the time when she was born. I've heard that the baby is Roger Thorpe's. You care to confirm or deny that?
And now, part 2 of The Guiding Light.
Look, I told you she's not answering any more questions.
All right, Mr. Thorpe, I'll give you one last chance to comment. Do you want to confirm or deny that Thorpe is the father of the child?
She is not going to comment on that or anything else. Now, leave her alone.
What about you, Dr. Bauer? Do you want to deny the story?
Look, you get out of here.
Yeah, okay, I'll get out of here. And I'm also going to write that neither of you chose to deny that Thorpe is the father.
Oh, Ed, how did he know that?
I don't know.
I'm so scared.
Don't be.
Oh, I'm so scared. This is just the beginning. The trial hasn't even started yet, and already anybody that's close to me is being pulled in on this. And I feel like I'm on trial. Not Roger, but me.
Look, Holly, you've got a lot more friends than you know. People who believe in what you're doing. Don't ever lose sight of that.
But what's going to happen to you?
I told you, don't worry about me. I think that what you're doing is the right thing. It takes a lot of courage. And I respect you for that very much.
I won't take up much of your time, Adam.
That's quite all right. Have a seat.
Thanks.
I guess I don't have to tell you how happy I am at the way things are going. Your son is a very good client.
What do you mean?
Well, he understands the situation. He listens. You know, those reporters who were waiting to pounce on him after the arraignment?
Mm-hmm.
He turned them right around. Turned it into an asset. And considering all the pressure that he's under, I think that's pretty remarkable. If it's all right with you, I'm going to take a few notes while we're talking.
Oh, of course.
Roger called me this morning.
Oh?
Yeah, he may be up at the Capitol for a few more days. Now, my guess is Alan Spaulding wants to keep him up there until the publicity dies down. That is, if it ever does. Now, Mr. Thorpe, the important thing is that Spaulding didn't fire him. Roger ought to try and go about his life in a completely normal way, or at least seem to. A lot of people with a trial coming up can't. They withdraw from everybody. They look like they're ashamed, like they're hiding something, and that creates the impression that they're guilty, whether they are or not. Now then, I have some questions about Holly Thorpe.
Yes?
Is she at all a loose woman?
Oh, no, of course not.
Well, when she was married to Bauer, she wasn't faithful to him. Mr. Thorpe, I talked with Roger, and he told me all about it.
Well, the marriage wasn't very successful.
She had an affair with your son while she was married. And she had a daughter by him. Was she seeing other men, too?
No.
What about after the divorce, when she was living alone? I understand she was seeing Peter Chapman.
Yes, she was seeing Peter Chapman.
Did she have an affair with him?
Now, look, I think we better stop this right now. I don't think what you're looking for is relevant.
I'm trying to defend your son.
Good. Then defend him, but don't try to blacken his life. He's having a hard enough time.
Mr. Thorpe, I respect your feelings. But this woman has accused your son of a very serious felony. She says he raped her, and she's going to testify to that. And if the jury believes her, your son is going to prison for a very long time.
Oh, look, I understand that. Now, Holly is unhappy, and she may be confused about what happened. But she's not acting out of malice.
All right, now look. There is no way to win this case without attacking her credibility. Now, the fact is, if the jury believes that she's a decent, honorable, and faithful wife, they're going to believe every word she says, and they'll convict your son. He'll go to prison. And even after he gets out, his conviction will be with him for the rest of his life. And Mr. Thorpe, I don't want him to go to prison. I want him to get off. And I am confident that I can get him off. But I'm going to need your help.
Yes?
Mark.
Mark who?
That's very funny. Can I come in, please?
Yeah, sure. Just a minute, all right?
Hey, what's going on?
Just hold on 2 seconds, all right? It's just a slight delay here.
Hey, can I come in sometime today?
Yes. Now, hello.
Hello. How you doing?
What a pleasant surprise. Well,
What's this?
these are some new locks I just had to put in today. Better safe than sorry. It's a new philosophy of mine.
Well, no one's coming through the door, that's for sure.
I hope not.
When'd you do this?
This morning. He came this morning.
Oh.
What are you doing here?
Is that nice? Is that a nice way to greet me?
Well, I was just wondering, you're so busy.
I was thinking about you.
Ah.
I read about the Thorpe case, and the paper said he lives in this building. I was a little concerned.
Yeah, he's across the hall.
He's right across the hall.
Mm-hmm.
God. Is that what got you so uptight?
Oh, you mean with the locks and everything?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that, and we had a couple of burglaries, and Hillary moved out.
Why?
Well, it's a long story. We didn't have a fight or anything, but she's living with Bert Bauer. And I'm living alone.
You're living alone? All by yourself? That's too bad.
Yeah, well, I'll survive, I think. I didn't sleep too well last night, but...
You should have called me.
Yeah, well, would you care for something to eat?
To eat?
I was just going to start some dinner.
Katie, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
I'm just starting it.
Why are you so jittery?
I'm not jittery.
Listen, if you're nervous about being here alone, how about if I stay with you for a few days?
What?
Yeah, I'd be glad to stay here nights. You know, for a while.
Oh,
That
no.
way you wouldn't have to worry.
No, I don't think that's a very good idea at all.
So,
No.
needless to say, I will sleep right there on the sofa.
No.
Why not?
I'm afraid I don't think it would. Well, Lydia or somebody, they might object.
Still thinking about them, huh?
As little as possible.
Kitty, look, judging from all the hardware on that door, you are obviously frightened. I don't think you should be here alone.
I'll survive. Survive.
Unless you don't trust me. Unless you don't trust yourself.
I trust myself.
Well, how about it?
I'll think about it, all right?
Okay. You know, I really do care about you, and I don't want you to be here alone if you're frightened.
I appreciate that. I will. I'll think about it.
Okay.
Hi.
Well, hello.
Gordon. So good to see you.
Good seeing you. My gosh, I'm sorry. I've been out in meetings all day. I haven't had a chance to welcome you back. Yeah, you look terrific.
Oh, thank you.
How was New York?
Oh, wonderful. I learned an awful lot, and I can't thank you enough.
Oh.
I'm raring to go now.
That's good to hear. That's really good to hear, because we need you.
Oh, how's Gladys?
Gladys is just fine. We're both up to our ears in work.
Well, I'm ready to jump right in. What are you doing now?
Well, we're finishing up a job with the Hubble Corporation, at least a building out at Spaulding Park.
Oh, terrific. I want to see it.
Okay, I'll show that to you. We've also got a few new clients that we're starting some sketch work on.
Wow, this place is taking right off, isn't it?
Yeah, things are looking good. Have a seat.
Oh, thank you.
But the big account's still Spaulding Enterprise. That's the one that keeps the whole ship afloat here. And Hope, I want to start you on that account right away.
Oh, great.
Yeah, after all, you're the one that got that one for us. Everything else follows from that. I want you to be the liaison with Alan Spaulding. You two hit it off pretty well before you left for New York, and not everybody can do that. He's pretty opinionated, you know.
Well, I'm very opinionated myself, about design anyway.
Good to hear. But I know you're not going to alienate him. Gladys just might.
Well, what are we working on for Spaulding now?
Well, why don't we have dinner tonight, and I'll fill you in on that.
Oh, well, Gordon,
Oh, if there's something I should tell you. There's, Amanda and I are getting a divorce.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Well, you wouldn't know. You were away. Been looking that way for a long time. And maybe things will be better for both of us this way.
Look, why don't we go to dinner? We can talk about Alan Spaulding, and, I mean, why not, okay?
Excellent. Good. Oh.
Yes?
You've been away too long, you know that?
How did that reporter find out that I'm not Christina's father? Who told him?
Apparently Roger is attorney. Let's face it, Ed. Holly's going to be under attack till this trial's over.
You know, it's as if she's on trial here.
Look, the only way he's going to save himself is to discredit her. And we can't give him any ammunition. Ed, you shouldn't be seen with her anymore until the trial's over.
I practically never see her except here at work.
Yeah, I know, but what happened today should have been avoided. I know you were trying to help her, but you should have let her handle those reporters by herself.
That's ridiculous.
Look, Ed, apparently Roger or his attorney is telling everybody that you're the reason that he and Holly are having trouble.
Oh, he can't believe that.
I don't know if he believes it or not, but he's telling everybody that Holly's in love with you and that she's seeing you.
He's lying.
It doesn't matter if he's lying or not. He can hurt her, and he can hurt you, too. And they'll use it in the courtroom. I know it.
How? What can he say?
It doesn't matter what he says. The fact is, he's hated you for a long time, and he can use this as an opportunity to hurt both you and her. As I say, he's going to attack Holly hard. He's got to save himself.
Mike, what kind of a crazy thing is this? Well, why are we on the defensive? What do we have to worry about? We're not on trial here, and we have nothing to hide.
All the same, you shouldn't be seen with Holly until the trial's over. I'm telling you that if you're seen saying hello to her in the hallway, they're going to use it against her.
All right. What can I do for you? Well, as I said, I wanted to get some background.
How about Holly Thorpe?
Yes. I'd like to know what kind of a woman she is.
Holly's a very bright, very honest, good-hearted woman. With a great deal of courage. She's also a very good friend of mine.
I understand you two were seeing each other for a while.
Yes, that's right.
Did you ever consider getting married?
No.
Well, why not?
Why do you ask?
I think it's a natural enough question.
Look, we were friends. We still are friends, but friendship doesn't necessarily lead to marriage.
I see. By the way, did you know that while she was married to Ed Bauer, she had an affair with Thorpe? Matter of fact, her daughter isn't Bauer's child. Thorpe is the father. Did you know that?
Yes.
How?
She told me.
Really? You must be on very close terms.
I assume you got your information about Holly's child from Roger.
Some, yes.
Right. Well, did Roger also tell you how good she was to him? How she helped him after his accident, how she stood by him, and then married him, and then tried to make a go of that?
I wouldn't say she tried to make a go of it when she reported him to the police.
Look, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get any information you can that's going to make her look bad.
Well, I'm certainly trying to develop a case.
Yes, but I think you'll find there's no way you can excuse your client by pointing the finger at Holly.
I'm not trying to excuse my client from anything. I'm trying to keep him out of prison.
But if he did what Holly says he did, maybe prison's exactly where he ought to be.
Dr. Chapman, you don't know what went on between the two of them in that bedroom.
No, but I did see her at the hospital after he was through with her. She had been beaten. She was terrified. She may never get over that. That's something that could be with her for the rest of her life.
I believe my client is innocent.
Yes. That's part of your job, isn't it? But I'm telling you, I saw her at the hospital.
You don't know what happened. Now, Roger Thorpe is entitled to a fair trial, and it's people like you that make it hard to get one. Because you've already made up your mind. Well, I appreciate your objectivity, Dr. Chapman.
I married him so I could be close to Philip. And now I've lost Philip. My God, what have I done? I'm pregnant. I'm carrying his child.
Oh, and I don't want to leave things the way they are.
You've said some things I'm not likely to forget, Jackie.
I'm sorry. I was just upset by the judge's decision and everything else.
You said it was my fault
I
that
know.
we lost Philip.
I know. I shouldn't have said that. I didn't mean it. Alan, can't we get rid of all the bitterness and hatred between you and Elizabeth? Please don't tell her about Philip. It'll only hurt her.
Tell me something. Why are your sympathies always with Elizabeth and never with me?
That's not true. I sympathize with you in everything you've gone through, but the custody hearing is over, Alan. It's over.
She and her lawyer told a pack of lies about me. All I intend to do is tell her the truth.
It'll destroy her, Alan. She can't have any more children. She needs to believe that Philip is hers. Please, if you can't think of her, think of Philip.
He's got nothing to do with it.
He's got everything to do with it. He understands more than you think. He's not a little boy anymore. If he sees that Elizabeth's hurt, he's going to be hurt. And he's going to find out sooner or later what the cause was
That's
and
enough.
how and...
You don't understand me at all. Mike and Elizabeth took my son away from me. Mike tried to destroy me in that hearing. If you think I'm going to forget that, then you don't know me. I'm going to tell Elizabeth the truth about Philip as soon as she gets back.
It's revenge you're talking about. That's all it is. Revenge, Alan.
Life.
This has been The Guiding Light. Fashions provided by Lily Rubin Salon, South Southwest, and Barney. Stay tuned for MASH on most of these CBS stations. Be sure to be with us tomorrow for another full hour of The Guiding Light.